Well, I'm glad you led to the running back situation, Jay, because here's my thought. Why not go after Saquon Barkley in free agency?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because they were players to get Christian McCaffrey. And I think they were legit players to get Christian McCaffrey from the Panthers. But, the 11th hour, I think the 49ers trumped them, and Brandon Bean wasn't willing to pay the premium to get Christian McCaffrey. But, Saquon's already come out and said, he wants to, he doesn't close the door on returning to the New York Giants, but he's not going to take a hometown discount even though he's been hurt and XYZ. But I think if the Buffalo Bills come in there and are able to, have him be the top paid running back in the NFL, or pretty close to, or essentially make Christian McCaffrey type of money on an annual basis, which I think is about like 16 million. I don't think Joe Shane is going to go to that point and then try to figure out what he's going to do with Daniel Jones. And I don't really know if he's going to just keep tagging Saquon Barkley. But if Brandon Bean is willing to, kind of lace up his boots and go after Saquon Barkley in free agency, I think that would be a big factor in possibly unlocking this offense a little bit, or not unlocking it, but taking the heat off of Josh Allen, where you have an established running back who has had a resurgent year this season, is going to help him get paid. And I know Saquon Barkley has had his own little injury peccadillos with the ACL and knee injury 2 seasons ago. But I mean, James Cook has shown flashes. The coaching staff clearly, for some reason, does not trust him enough to just give him the rock, even though they took him in the second round. Devin Singletary, he's been there for a couple of seasons now. For some reason, they haven't established him to be the guy, and he shows bursts of having life in that backfield. But I think if you're able to get a thumper, a little bit like Saquon Barkley, who also can catch it out the backfield and be a dynamic playmaker and is a home run threat anytime he touches the football, I think that's going to take a lot of the heat off of Josh Allen. I think it's going to make this offense a little bit more balanced. Now, the key is what are they going to do with the salary cap? Because as it stands right now, they're almost 16 million over the cap. So Josh Allen's going to have to restructure his contract. I think you can say goodbye to the Isaiah McKenzie experiment. Everybody was hopeful he was going to have a breakout year this year. I think if you cut him, it's only a $2 million cap hit. And quite frankly, Khalil Shakir essentially took over that job down the stretch as a slot receiver. Mitch Morse, you could save $2 million off the cap by cutting him, which is going to suck because he's been kind of the resurgent guy on that offensive line when the Bills were starting to make that jump into the upper echelon of the NFL rankings. He really anchored that offensive line, but he's got a couple of concussions this season. It's a $2 million cap hit if you cut him, but they're gonna have to get dynamic with the salary cap. And I think if they're able to do that, work the numbers right, maybe massage some things, I think they could be a player in the Saquon Barkley market.
That